I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And you know, we've been talking about the Trojan horse thing, so I decided, well, as y'all guys can tell, I've kind of kept digging into it a little bit. And some of it with y'all guys' help. Your comments have been really amazing. And I've been trying to read as much of them as I can. And y'all guys pointed out something I already had seen, but I hadn't connected it yet. And that is that on the Economist magazine, they show a cargo ship that's loaded with weapons, and it's shooting at the, well, I'll show you. Then we're going to come back to this page here in just a moment. Let's see, where are we at? Somewhere's in here. Let's just click on and see what we got. Been looking up a lot of different things that you'll find out here in just a minute. There it is, the Economist cover for 2026. And of course, you can see right over here that in this collage of symbolism, you can see that there is a cargo ship that has guns mounted in it, or weapons of some kind. Now, you have to understand, when you're dealing with symbolism, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a cargo ship like this. What it means is Trojan horse, okay? What it means is it is similar to this, and it likely will have something to do with something coming over on a boat. And it is going to be shooting at the 250th anniversary of the United States since 1776. Apparently, we're having this, you know, Mr. T is having this really big hoopla this June, okay? And so we're going to get into this and talk about a lot more of this in just a moment. But first, I want to say that this broadcast is brought today to you by Charles M., Bobby S., Ted M., and Diana M. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. The way it works, guys, or the way I'm going to be doing it for now, is if you, after watching like today's show, if you make a donation, I will be crediting you as being the sponsor or the producer of the next episode, okay? And then at the end of the episode, I will read all of the sponsors for that month, such as the month of April. So you get introduced as the producer or sponsor up front, and then at the end of every video, or most every video, I will be reading the entire month's sponsors as well, because y'all guys deserve to know that you're part of this, okay? Because what I'm doing is not easy. What I'm doing is something that most people would not do or cannot do. And also on top of that, it is just what's been put upon me to do. This is what I do. This is my passion. So, again, thank you to all of y'all guys that support my work and continue to support my work. Now, most recently, I've done a bunch of different searches and looking at a bunch of different things, of course. But in 2004, there was a movie called Troy that had Brad Pitt in it as one of the main characters, of course. And it showed a cinematic Trojan horse scene that I have here, but I cannot really play it. I'm going to try, you might say, to play part of it or little pieces of it just to give you an idea. And here's the scene leading up to it. Here's your Trojan horse over here. And we'll kind of move along a little bit into it and keep stopping it so that it doesn't get picked up on by copyright things, because it can make this video go poof. Bye-bye. So here they are. They've brought this Trojan horse brought it as a gift. Remember how the 8/10 ships that Mr. T said that were being sent to us by Iran as a gift? It was a beautiful gift, and we should honor it, right? Which is how he's acting. That's exactly how this plays out. It's literally almost the same words that Mr. T spoke. I'm not even kidding. But it'll be difficult for me to play much of this at the time. Yeah, because it will make it difficult. All right, I'll just move forward a couple of seconds.
An offering.
He says, "What is this?" And he says, then the other guy says, "An offering
To Poseidon. The Greeks are praying for a safe
The Greeks are praying for safe something."
return home. I hope the sea god spits in their offering.
Okay, so they start debating on what to do with this offering that was sent to them that is full of something not good. I haven't seen this movie, so I can't say it's soldiers in there, but there's something in here, right?
Let them all drown at the bottom of the sea. This is a gift.
This is a gift. And so they're debating what to do, right?
We shall take it to the temple of Poseidon.
We should take it to the temple of Poseidon, is what he says. And this younger guy here is saying, no, let's burn it, right?
I think we should burn it. Burn it, my prince. It's a gift to the gods.
It's a gift to the gods, right? And of course, Mr. T believes he is a god, or is playing that role at least. He maybe you have to remember that he's scripted central casting to play this role that Mr. T plays. But as we know, this all has real world implications and affects even blood and death, right?
Father, burn it.
Trying to kind of, let's just move forward here. So here they are bringing it into apparently the temple, right? Everybody's partying and celebrating because they are great, that the other countries, the enemies even, are sending them gifts to try to plow them to be easier on them. And it's not far off at all of exactly what's going on right now, is it? Now, do you remember in the Bible, I could probably even, well, I know I could pull it up, but I read it the other day about when gosh dog it, let me pull it up here real quick. I think I still have it saved. Okay. All right, let's see. It should be possibly in here. These are some of the verses I went over the other day about the Medes. The Bible talks about, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And the Medes are Iran, okay, and Persia, that kind of area. And but this isn't the verse I'm looking for. Yeah, this is it right here. is where, let me go to the top. The handwriting on the wall, right? And Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Now, what is Mr. T building right now? He's building a big ballroom or a big bell room, okay? Because he's king of the world. They're going to party and celebrate. And they're going to even bring out the gold and the silver and brass. All the fanciest things are going to be laden and laid out in Trump's ballroom. And they're going to be using this, and it's supposed to be completed literally by this June. Okay, so they can have this big celebration around the 250th anniversary. We're the greatest country in the world. We have the most powerful everything, right? That is exactly what's going on, is it not? And so this Belshazzar had a dream, and or should we say a dream? He wanted a wise man, Daniel, to come in, and he wanted him to interpret the handwriting on the wall and what it all meant. And he came in and he interpreted it and said that this is the interpretation of the thing. God had numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting. And it says, in that night, Belteshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, was slain, and Darius, the Media, took the kingdom. So Iran, Persia kind of area, took the kingdom because they were too busy partying and celebrating how awesome they are and how great they are. Okay. So now you see it. And that's what's going on here in this scene. You better not play too much at once. And obviously this doesn't turn out well. I haven't watched it, but it's not going to turn out well. Let me see. Yep. Here we go. So here they are pulling the hatches off and coming out of the vessel. Yep. Coming out of the gift. Yep. Yep. Now, that is from Troy of 2004. And there happens to be a movie set to come out this summer, July 17th, 2026. There is a movie called The Odyssey. The Odyssey has another A-list actor in it. What's his name? Damon. Damon. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And it's another Trojan horse thing, but it's all based on boats in the ocean. And yeah, exactly. I've only seen like a trailer or something, but it doesn't show a lot of detail because it's a short trailer. But let's we'll take a look a little bit if we can. All right, let's skip all your stuff. So here you have a very similar scene, right? Dead people laying around, just like in the last one that we seen. It was on the beach with the sand, just like in this case. But in this case, it doesn't look like it's the beach.
after years of war.
I have to keep pausing it. Wish it wasn't like that, but it is the way it is. So ultimately, it's a complete Trojan horse theme again that plays out. And here's your boats upon the water doing their thing. And let's see if I could show you another little piece of it, possibly. Yeah. If you read about it, let's see. Now that's the sum of all fears. Let's see. Is this the Odyssey? Yeah. Okay. It's Matt Damon. Yeah, that's right. And so another high dollar production that just happens to be coming out this summer, and it's based and it depicts Trojan horse. Okay. I'm not sure exactly how it depicts it exactly because they haven't released much about the film other than it is going to be depicting the Trojan horse, and it's based on boats and open seas and things like that. Okay. Let's see if I see anything else. I done glanced through this once, but I don't. Yeah. Okay, so now we also have something. There's plenty of other things, but the sum of all fears, y'all guys remember that movie? It was where they brought a modified, dirty nuclear device over on a ship, and then it was brought to the Super Bowl or near the Super Bowl, and during that, things went bad. Okay. You can probably remember this again. High dollar actors, Morgan Freeman, one of the highest paid black sold out men in the world. Let's move forward here. Well, this is not really what I was thinking. I haven't looked at this yet, but they're depicting how they made it and stuff like that. But I could pull the actual, well, you can see it right here and watch it. Most of you have probably seen the Sum of All Fears, but it depicts basically the theory around what we're talking about, okay? Around some type of vessel bringing in something that's disguised and ultimately is a Trojan horse that's pointing at the 250th anniversary. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it'll be that day. It could. It'd be a good one, wouldn't it? But if that's the case, we've got about, 2 months? Let's hope that's not the case. Okay. And you can see over here on the right-hand side, too, there's depicts another ship. And that ship, let me see if I can zoom it in for you, because it's interesting, too. You see, he has something in his hands that he's presenting like if you were presenting a gift, right? Mm-hmm. And so this very similarly looks or could be seen as a Trojan horse situation as well, because he's holding up and presenting a gift, like if he was, here's our gift to you kind of thing. Here's our submarine out here. See the submarine periscope right over here on the right hand side. Very interesting. And we go back over here. You've got what was that, Amazon? The guy that runs Amazon shot that fake rocket up, and well, it might have been a real rocket, but claiming that Katy Perry and all those people were in it, and the rocket looked like a penis. I mean, it's just ridiculous, but there's that. And you also see satellites that appear to be engaging with this ship here as well. Appear to be engaging with the ship. And there's a whole lot of things we could talk about here, but I think those are the main things. And of course, you know, you got the 250th celebration, and they're celebrating, yes, we made it, but yet they're still in chains and bond, you see. Here's all the missiles that are right above the 250th anniversary, all the missiles here. I mean, is the writing on the wall? Is that what we're looking at? Is that what we're looking at? Kinda so. I mean, they do this stuff to put it out in front of our face on purpose. You see? Now, there was also a FIFA soccer thing that was going on. Let me see if I pulled but this isn't it. This is NCIS. NCIS had a you know, the television series. They had a safe harbor episode where this exact thing played out again, and it was the 191st 191 episode of NCIS, which is very interesting. And also, it is, let's see, where was it here? There was another thing I seen that I wanted to point out, but yeah, here it is. Okay, and it has a 3.9/11 rating, supposedly, and might not mean nothing, but I don't know. These guys have got the programming in so tightly in this world, it's hard to say. Let's look back here, see if we can find the football game stuff. Let's go FIFA 2026. The World Cup, but there's something real specific. Let me look. I've got the notes on my phone actually. Let me pull it up. And this is actually due to y'all guys' comments. And what's interesting too is if we go back here, is that this is the soccer ball. See the FIFA soccer ball player? He's kicking the ball. So that is direct correlation to what I'm getting ready to show you. All right, let's see here. It's called the FIFA World Cup knockout stage. Okay. FIFA World Cup knockout stage. Appropriately titled, I would say. Okay, so here you go. And let's see here. I don't have this set up and ready to go. So they've got the FIFA World Cup 2026 knockout stage match schedule. And let's look at the wiki on it. Yes. If they've got anything in there. It's going to be in the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, which is right off the river and right off of the water, which is very interesting. And very close to Manhattan as well. Let's see here. This is definitely tied. It'll probably take me studying it some more to really be able to see what's behind this. But it's on the Economist thing along with the boat. So that would lead me to believe that it's definitely tied. Let's see if I see anything real quick. Let's look at, maybe we look at the images real quick. Might not be much there, but we can look quick. Got all the different countries, of course. And it takes sitting and staring and discerning and even praying to really have these things pop out and be answered for you. I'm going to have to look into all the details of it, but I know this is somehow tied. We'll see. Because you probably haven't heard the last of me discussing this. Sponsors for today's show, today's presentation, or so far for this month, are Robert F., Brandy E., Paul H., David M., Michael Q., Joshua C., Excel Carpet Cleaning, Diane Mark, John B., Chris M., Felicia M., Mary B., David M., Billy W., Robert G., George I. Good thing I don't have to say that one. Lionel C., Robin W., Kimberly G. Again, Nora C., Jacqueline P., Daniel L., Robert A., Hoyle S., Kathy J., Charles M., Bobby S., Ted M., Diane M. again. So thank y'all guys for continuing to support my work. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode, today's information download, and this has been Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. We will see you again real soon.
I've got one that can see.
Logic Before Authority.